The story begins with a quiet rumor circulating among Paw Patrol fans. In a brief flash-forward scene, watchers claim to have spotted an older Chase alongside a smaller pup who seems almost like a miniature version of him. This wasn't some random cameo that could be dismissed as a background detail. Instead, the scene was crafted in a way that drew attention to the differences in Chase's appearance. Slightly taller, a bit more serious, and wearing a uniform that looked more advanced or possibly updated for a future Paw Patrol team. Right next to him stood a brand new pup, looking up at him with wide eyes that sparkled with curiosity. The scene never directly labeled this new character as Chase's child, but fans couldn't ignore the uncanny resemblance. Her fur had the same midnight blue undertone mixed with golden patches reminiscent of Chase's original markings, but also with subtle differences suggesting there might be another parent's genetics in play. Even more telling was the pup's gear, a pup pack with updated technology, complete with a glowing panel along the edges that looked far more futuristic than anything used by the original 6 Paw Patrol members. What made the moment feel undeniably significant was how it was presented. The music shifted into a quieter, more reflective tone. Chase's posture softened when he interacted with this little pup, a kind of gentle warmth that went beyond typical team camaraderie. Even fans who usually brush off conspiracy theories started asking questions. Was this pup a niece, a cousin, or something far more intriguing? Chase's own daughter? To understand why so many fans believe this new pup is actually Chase's daughter, you have to dissect the scene's visual details. Paw Patrol animators are known for sneaking subtle background hints into episodes. Whenever big changes occur, like a new pup or a major plot twist, there's often a trail of small clues that, when pieced together, form a bigger picture. Fur patterns and color. This future pup's coat had a distinctive combination of dark navy blue, honey-colored patches, and a thin stripe of light fur running down her neck, a pattern no other Paw Patrol pup has ever displayed. Chase's signature colors seemed front and center, but there were additional hints of a second color palette reminiscent of another main character style. That raised the question, who else in the team sports a color that could blend with Chase's? Advanced Pup Pack. If you look closely, you'll notice the pup pack is sleeker, more compact, and glows faintly around the edges. The lens or device at the back had a tiny blinking light, implying new rescue tech or drone-like capabilities. This sets the flash forward firmly in the future, indicating time has passed and technology in Adventure Bay or beyond has evolved. Chase's uniform and age markers. In this rumored scene, Chase isn't just physically taller. The badge on his vest appears more ornate, suggesting a possible promotion or an evolved rank. Fans speculated that the swirl of gray along his muzzle, faint but noticeable, marked him as an older, more experienced pup. This implies that enough years have gone by for a brand new generation of pups to start patrolling the region. Background enhancements. Various monitors and digital boards around the lookout look far more high-tech than in the original episodes, with touchscreens and holographic readouts. Even the Paw Patroller, if glimpsed in the distance, seems to have an upgraded, more streamlined design. These details support the idea that the timeline has jumped forward, making it perfectly possible for the next generation of pups to exist. All these tiny details add up. They might be easy to miss on a first watch, but once you know where to look, the evidence becomes harder to deny. And if we accept that this pup is the next generation, the question on everyone's mind becomes, who is the mother? Whenever you bring up the theory that Chase has a daughter, the immediate follow-up is, okay, so who's the mom? The most popular conspiracy points a paw straight at Skye, the fearless pilot pup. Fans have been pairing Chase and Skye in ship theories for years, noting their close bond and how often the show places them side by side during missions. They frequently back each other up, share supportive smiles, and show concern if the other is in trouble. But is that enough to conclude Skye is the mother? Some fans argue the color hints in the puppy's fur, like a faint pinkish hue blending with the golden patches, points directly back to Skye. They also mention that Skye's acrobatic moves might be partially inherited, explaining the younger pup's ability to leap or climb in ways reminiscent of helicopter flight training. Another angle draws from their personalities. The rumored daughter is said to have a love for both law enforcement-themed rescue missions and aerial maneuvers. The idea is that she inherited Chase's organizational discipline and Skye's adventurous streak. Yet another theory has circulated in certain corners of the fandom, suggesting that if the pup's coloring is more of a mocha brown or caramel tone in some shots, perhaps another lesser-known female pup could be involved. Some watchers have pointed to Tundra, a cameo pup introduced in certain Paw Patrol spin-offs, or even a background cameo from the Paw Patrol movie. Still, the evidence leaning towards Skye is by far the most compelling, especially given the show's emphasis on the original team dynamic. Regardless of who the mother might be, fans agree that if a new generation exists, it represents a massive shift in the Paw Patrol narrative. No longer are these pups simply a team of rescue dogs. They have personal lives, family ties, and possibly even deeper relationships that have been hidden, or at least not explicitly stated on screen. This mother mystery is the beating heart of the conspiracy, igniting countless discussions about how the show might evolve to accommodate new pups inheriting roles from their parents. Let's call Chase's daughter Nova for the sake of speculation, though fans have thrown around many possible names. Based on glimpses of her behavior in that rumored scene, we can glean a few clues about her personality. Playful determination. Just like Chase, Nova appears to have a natural sense of duty. One frame allegedly shows her trying to stand guard at the lookout's entrance, chest puffed out in a posture that's almost identical to how Chase stands watch. Even as a younger pup, there's an unwavering focus in her eyes. Aerial curiosity. Another moment reportedly shows Nova craning her neck to watch a passing helicopter or flight device overhead, practically jumping in place as if she can't wait to try flying. If her mother is Skye, this detail becomes even more meaningful. If not, perhaps she's forging her own path, fascinated by the airborne part of rescue operations. Loving bond with Chase. This rumored scene is small, but you can see the closeness in the way she hovers around him. Fans recall a specific frame where Nova nudges her muzzle under Chase's chin, something typically done by pups seeking reassurance from a parent. Her eyes are wide with admiration, a tiny moment that, for many watchers, seals the deal that this isn't just a mentor-mentee relationship. All these personality traits hint that Nova, or whatever this pup's official name may be, is more than a cameo. She's a vessel for a new generation of Paw Patrol story, one that would reflect the original show's themes of teamwork, courage, and problem-solving, but now with the added dimension of pup-to-parent relationships. Seeing a legacy pup in action suggests that the Paw Patrol brand might be ready to transition into a fresh storyline, or even spawn a spin-off exploring the future of Adventure Bay. Long before fans caught onto this future cameo, some argue the seeds were planted by how the show portrays Chase. While all the pups display heroic qualities, Chase consistently stands out for his leadership, protective instincts, and knack for organization. If there was ever a pup who would take fatherhood seriously, it'd be him. Certain episodes show Chase stepping into almost a big brother role with smaller animals, or occasionally guiding other pups. He's strict at times, enforcing safety rules and city regulations, but he always does it with a soft heart. One example, often cited, pups save a baby ostrich. In that episode, Chase demonstrates remarkable patience and gentleness, guiding the lost ostrich chick to safety, ensuring it's comfortable, and maintaining a watchful eye. This behavior maps perfectly onto fatherly instincts, protecting the vulnerable, offering reassurance, and putting their needs first. Another clue can be found in the subtle moments where Chase shares encouraging words with his teammates. He's not just about commanding the scene, he's quick to praise Skye for her air rescues, or to gently correct Marshall if he's about to tumble over something. If we jump years down the line, it doesn't feel like a stretch to see him applying that same protective mentorship to a pup of his own. This paternal potential stands out, especially in episodes involving training or teaching. Chase is often the one reciting the pup-pup boogie or going through rules with new gadgets. Could it be that those scenes were foreshadowing a day when he'd pass on all he's learned to someone even more precious to him, his own daughter? For fans buying into the theory, it's not just plausible, it's the natural next step in Chase's character arc. If Nova is indeed part of a future Paw Patrol, she won't be alone. Speculation runs wild that if the franchise is heading this direction, we might see other second-generation pups. Marshall could have a nephew or niece following in his firefighting footsteps. Zuma might inspire a water rescue pup, who's even more daring with advanced submarine-like vehicles. Rocky could pass on his knack for recycling and eco-friendly tech to a new recruit who merges green solutions with rescue missions. Fans especially love the idea of the next-gen pups forming their own team, possibly called Paw Patrol Academy, led by a grown-up rider or a brand-new mentor. The mission scope might expand beyond Adventure Bay to bigger cities or even different continents. With new technology teased in the rumored flash-forward, holographic screens, and self-driving rescue vehicle, the pups could take on more complex challenges. Imagine Nova teaming up with other pups who share multi-layered traits inherited from the original crew. A pup with Marshall's red-spotted ears, eager but comedic, always stumbling onto the scene, yet saving the day with advanced firefighting drones. Zuma's energetic cousin, maybe a swirl of water-themed designs on their pup pack, capable of diving deeper than ever before. A tech-savvy pup, possibly mentored by Rocky, carrying a mini workshop to fix broken rescue gear or to repurpose scrap metal in seconds. The possibilities are endless, and each new pup would not only reflect their parents' or mentors' legacy, but also add fresh dynamics to the Paw Patrol universe. It's an enticing future for fans who've watched these characters from their earliest missions. Nothing draws an audience back like the promise of seeing beloved heroes pass the torch to the next generation. And if that future star is Chase's own daughter, it becomes even more compelling. Paw Patrol has always been a show centered on teamwork and moral lessons, rather than romantic subplots or family expansions. That's why the possibility of a Paw Patrol baby has created such a buzz. Some viewers argue it's an overreach, that the show would never go so far as to give official lineage to the characters. Others maintain that introducing the concept of parenthood could broaden the show's appeal, giving older fans a more nuanced storyline to enjoy, while still providing kid-friendly adventures. Certain corners of the internet even debate whether introducing next-gen pups would overshadow the original cast. If the new pups are too interesting, would that push Chase, Marshall, Rubble, and the rest into the background? Or is it a natural evolution that keeps Paw Patrol relevant for years to come? The fan base is split, but the conversation alone indicates how eager people are for official confirmation. Interestingly, some fans have pointed out that no official statement or merchandise references this future pup. Typically, Paw Patrol unveils new characters through action figures, books, or social media announcements. The absence of any public reveal suggests either the scene was a carefully planted Easter egg for the most observant fans, or there are big plans in the pipeline that the creators want to keep under wraps until the timing is perfect. Now we reach the most intriguing part of this entire conspiracy, the detail that might confirm Nova truly is Chase's daughter. In the alleged flash-forward moment, Nova is shown sneaking behind a large crate or piece of gear near the lookout's rear exit. The move appears playful, almost like she's about to spring into action. But fans soon realized that this exact hiding spot had historical significance. In older Paw Patrol episodes, whenever the pups played hide and seek, Chase had a favorite location behind the lookout's supply crates. It was a spot where he could observe incoming trouble without being immediately noticed. By placing Nova in the same position, animators could be telling us something monumental, that father and daughter share not just physical traits, but the exact same instincts. This is more than a nod to continuity, it's a symbolic passing of knowledge. Moreover, some fans swear the angle of the shot mirrors a classic Paw Patrol episode where Chase said something like, "This is my favorite place to keep watch." By echoing that camera angle and staging, the creators have effectively carved a generational link. Nova's repetition of her father's habits is a silent but powerful statement that she's inherited his rescue-minded approach, and possibly that she learned it firsthand. It's this hidden detail that pushes the theory beyond mere speculation. It isn't just that Nova has the same color fur or futuristic pup pack. It's that she's following in Chase's literal paw prints. That level of subtlety is typical of how the Paw Patrol team includes Easter eggs for dedicated fans. When you combine that with the hints of a more advanced timeline, an older Chase, a pup who's definitely related, and the recreation of one of Chase's most distinct habits, the evidence becomes almost undeniable. The emergence of a future pup tied to Chase's bloodline has ignited excitement across the Paw Patrol community. Will the show officially confirm her existence in upcoming specials or spin-offs? Could we see an entire storyline dedicated to training the next generation of rescue pups, stepping in after the original team retires or shifts into mentorship roles? If fan enthusiasm is anything to go by, audiences are more than ready for a new wave of Paw Patrol adventures featuring the children of their beloved heroes. At the same time, it's also possible that this flash forward is nothing more than a creative teaser meant to spark conversation without any long-term commitment. Yet, given how animated series often evolve to keep viewers engaged, especially as the fandom ages up, a generational handoff seems like a logical direction. It would allow for fresh characters, updated tech, and storylines that balance nostalgia with new excitement. So, is Nova truly Chase's daughter? Has Paw Patrol quietly confirmed that the fearless police pup ended up with someone, likely Skye, to continue the family legacy? Nothing is 100% certain until it's officially stated, but the pieces of evidence laid out by sharp-eyed fans make an extremely compelling case. The moment you look at the advanced gear, the older, more experienced Chase, the puppy who shares his color scheme, and the recycled hiding spot from an earlier era, it's hard not to believe something bigger is going on. Where do you stand on this theory? Do you think it's a creative twist the Paw Patrol team might reveal soon? Or just an overblown rumor fueled by fans eager to see the pups grow up? Regardless of the final truth, one thing's for sure. This conspiracy has breathed new life into conversations around Paw Patrol, proving once again that even the most wholesome cartoons can spark big questions about family, legacy, and the future. Think you've got all the clues? Keep watching Paw Patrol episodes old and new. You might spot even more subtle details that unravel this ongoing mystery. After all, if there's one thing the Paw Patrol creators love, it's planting tiny Easter eggs that eventually pay off in the grandest way. And for those who believe in this next generation storyline, the journey to uncover every last hint has only just begun.